continue to talk about curves a little bit more. What I want to do with this particular image, firstly, is add just a black and white adjustment layer to it, change this into just a grayscale image. Then when we start to talk about curves, it'll be a little bit more clear potentially what's happening. So again, this is used to control value in terms of affecting the darkest values in the image, making them darker if you slide it this way, lightest values, making them brighter if you compress that histogram in the other direction, or moving things up here, just overall brightness of the image. So in a lot of ways, curves does what we've seen some of the other adjustments in this category do, kind of all in one. And of course, in addition to being able to slide darker values down, you can add other points on this graph here and then further control different percentages of values, whether you want them to be lighter or darker. And the other kind of interesting thing that you can do, even with a grayscale image and curves on it, is you can go into, say, red, for example, and you can start to adjust and affect, the overall color of the image itself. And if I went into green, started sliding that around, I could, do these kind of color casts over top of gray pixels, which can be kind of potentially useful. Another example here, so here we have, let me turn this one off, a colorful image, obviously. I'm going to turn on here this curves adjustment layer, and then of course we can play around with lightness and darkness, but for this one I'm going to say I like the overall exposure here in terms of lights and darks, but I want to go into the red channel. And maybe what I want to do is affect just that. And so I'm noticing here, like in here, there's a little bit of red information. I'm going to darken that up a little. And then maybe some of these reds, like they're too saturated or whatever. And so I want to back them down. And so this will allow me to take information within the reds and more precisely control it. And I could do the same type of thing within the greens and say I want those overall to be a little darker maybe, and then whatever else I want to do to affect them in terms of saturation value, whatever, I can control a lot of it right from within here. So yeah, like I said, curves is an extremely useful adjustment layer and one to really familiarize yourself with, play around with it.